Most leaders do not actually have a meeting problem, they have a consequences problem. We often treat meetings as harmless extras on our calendars. Small blocks of time we can always squeeze in or stack back to back. But meetings are one of the clearest everyday examples of how good intentions quietly create bad outcomes at work. The intent sounds reasonable, even admirable. Let's be more collaborative. Let's make sure everyone feels included. Let's not make decisions alone. But intentions do not ship products, retain talent, or create focus. Outcomes do. Here is what actually happens in many organizations. High performers spend 60 to 80% of their week in meetings that do not significantly change what they do afterward. Real work, the deep focused work that moves strategy, products, and customers forward, gets pushed into nights and weekends. Decisions slow down instead of improving, because everyone is half-focused and no one is clearly accountable for the result. We did not design this system on purpose. We drifted into it, one quick sync and one let's add you just in case at a time. And here is the part we often miss. Your meeting culture is not just about time. It is a reflection of your actual culture. Your calendar is a public record of what your organization truly values. If it is packed with recurring check-ins, status updates, and large Zoom calls, your culture is quietly prioritizing control and appearance over trust and impact. A 12-person status meeting says optics matter more than ownership. Daily stand-ups that drift into 45 minutes say ritual matters more than results. An all-hands with no time for questions says communication is performance, not real dialogue. On paper, you may say you value autonomy, deep work, and accountability. But your calendar may be telling a very different story. So here is a simple stress test you can run this week. Look at every standing meeting on your calendar and ask 3 questions. First, if this meeting disappeared, what important outcome would actually be at risk? Not we would not feel updated, but a concrete decision, deliverable, or stakeholder impact. Second, who here would truly be unable to do their job without this meeting? If most people could perform just fine with a short written update, they probably do not need to be there live. Third, what would happen if we handled this asynchronously for 30 days as an experiment? Could a pre-read, a shared document with comments, or a short video achieve the same goal with less disruption? If you cannot answer those questions clearly, that meeting is not harmless. It is quietly draining attention, burning energy, and teaching people to confuse being in the room with creating value. Here is the hard truth for leaders. If you are in a leadership role and cannot explain why a meeting exists in terms of clear outcomes, you are not being collaborative. You are passing your own uncertainty onto everyone else's calendar. Brave leaders do not fix this with more meetings about meetings. They change the terms of engagement. They cancel 30 to 50% of recurring meetings for a quarter, on purpose and in the open. They tell their teams, if this hurts real progress, we will bring it back, but we will prove it with outcomes, not feelings. They reward people who turn down invitations that lack a clear purpose, agenda, and decision. They make it normal to ask, why are we meeting and what will move forward because of this? They also redesign how decisions get made. They get explicit about who owns which decisions, use asynchronous tools for updates, and reserve live meetings for real debate, hard trade-offs, and complex problems, not for reading slide decks out loud. In those cultures, meetings do not disappear. They become rarer and more meaningful. When you are in the room, you know it matters. You do not need a workshop to change your meeting culture. You need courage. Courage to cancel meetings that have always existed. Courage to trust your team to stay informed and aligned without you in every conversation. Courage to let go of the comforting illusion that more faces on more calls equals better leadership. So let me leave you with this question. If someone audited your calendar today, without talking to you, just looking at the invites, what story would it tell? Would they see a leader who protects people's time as fiercely as budget and headcount? Or a leader who spreads their own anxiety, one meeting invite at a time?